Hey everyone, welcome back to Are You Serious? So, I'm an American woman who lived in the Middle East for a few years. I lived in a North African country. I've never been to Kuwait. Some things are different. However, the culture is largely very much the same. So, today we're looking at Beezers Unite. I didn't watch this last night, although I caught a few snippets that concerned me. And I went to look for it today and it's gone. So, she did unlist. Actually, she made it private. So I have the whole video, and I'd like to go through it and see what's going on, what made her delete this video. Also, she does have a community tab post up, of course, now leaving YouTube once again. This was 6 hours ago. Right now it's this is March 22nd, which is a Wednesday at about 12:30 on the East Coast. And this was 6 hours ago. So 6:30 in the morning, our time. And I've decided I'm going to take a break from YouTube and focus on myself. Vultures are, misrepresenting what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. I didn't say this, I said that. They're all the same. They all do this. I know I've tried this before, but I'm done with YouTube for a while, hopefully forever. I may seek another platform in the future because I will miss my Beezers, but I will not be a part of a platform of vultures and disgusting people. So you're in good company. I don't know where you can go. You don't have a channel on Rumble. I checked. Rumble is, I mirrored one of my channels there, and I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 cents. And that's like over like maybe the last year. So I have like 1 or 2 views on each video. So Rumble, it's struggling. It's trying to get going, but it's not there yet. Okay, so let's take a look at the video. And I do have some things pulled up already in case we need to address certain things. So I've also made a little spreadsheet because this girl, think what you will of her, but she keeps reaction channels running. She's constantly creating content. It's really something. It really is. All right, I'll get the volume up here. Make sure we're sharing everything okay. All right, well, let's get started.
Hold on. Oh, guys. I'm trying to be quiet because... Hi. Wait, this is not a Beezer chat only.
Oh.
Hold on a minute.
Oops.
Just wait. How come you can see all my back teeth when I smile? Okay, hold on. I'm in a weird mood. Wait.
Maybe it's just the filter.
Sorry, okay. Everybody who was in here, hello, sorry about that. I had to put on members only. I prefer them, and that's like the only perk of my membership, so.
You gotta get rid of the haters in the chat, huh? They must have been brutal. She was like, wait, because last time she just let it go.
You live in a hot mess, literally, if that place was in the US. Proud mama, you don't know anything about our apartment. So number 1, I explained in my video, there's a separate switch for the electricity to go to the washer and dryer. When I'm showering, I don't hit the switch. And yeah, if this was the US, but it's not. So everything about the apartment is not going to be like a US apartment or like a Western apartment. So that's all I can say.
She's right. It is a lot different, and you can't compare them. It's completely apples and oranges. But I think what turns a lot of people off is that it's her tone. She's very condescending, and you can't expect people to know everything about something that you care about or that's important to you. If you want them to know, you can educate them. You can't just expect everyone's going to be very worldly and have traveled the world. I've never been to Europe other than all the airports, so I don't know much about Europe. I've lived on another continent, but, if we, France, Italy, I have no idea, no clue. So it's the condescending attitude, I think.
But thanks for being here. I had to switch it to members only, so those of you who said hi before I switched it, hello. What Laura and are very worried about if the place is up to code. Feel free to report it because there's no code.
There's no code? There's no building code in Kuwait? Why do you give me so much to research, Chantal? Just to prove you wrong. Why? I'm sure there is. Building code for Kuwait.
We're in Kuwait. We're not in the US.
Okay, so I did a quick search. I looked at like 3 or 4 different websites. I think that it's going to be mostly in Arabic, and I tried to translate a few pages and it wouldn't translate. So there are definitely standards for building, but I don't know if we could say that there's an actual code like we could compare it to in the US. I don't know. So I can't say that she's wrong, but if I can, listen, I'm a researcher, if not by profession, just my hobby, but if I couldn't find it, I know she hasn't looked that up. She doesn't know. And she can't rely on Salah to tell her the truth about everything. She's like, there's no code, but there are building standards in every country.
Hi, Deirdre. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, this is all okay. Hi, Renaru. Hi, Aisha. It's lagging. Is it lagging? Is it lagging for you guys? Because I'll get the router. Hi, Jessica. Trixie. Hello. I'm okay.
How many square feet or meters is the flat? Like why does she have to sit next to the router to have good internet? That's interesting. Like, it's not a big place, right?
Get rid of the riffraff. Hi. So, Salah was supposed to be with me. He might when he gets up, but he fell asleep. Hi, Gabrielle. I don't know if any of you have, do your men do this? They just I'm so jealous. They can just randomly fall asleep, like anytime, like, we were like, in the bedroom and then just, after a while just fell asleep. Fell asleep. He's like we're like cuddling, watching something, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, I know he's out. It's gonna be a brick. I'm not gonna wake him up. But he was having a bit of a tummy ache, so I massaged the area for him, and okay, guys, let me catch up here. United Squeaky.
Yes, girls. Do your men like fall asleep? Do they ever just sleep? And he probably had a stomach ache. I mean, if this really even happened, he probably had a tummy ache because, maybe you were trying to, like when women say they have a headache, maybe men have stomach aches,
I got the router in case. Hold on. I kept it on my... I made lentil soup.
Jeez.
So I took my ring off to do the dishes. And now, it's back. Why am I so red? Tracy, you know what? There's no filters on this phone. That's probably why.
Her face looks filtered, though.
My face is always red, and...
That's really starting to irritate me. It looks filtered, but the highest I could download it was 720, and it's clearly not a very clear. It's definitely not high def. So maybe she just turned down the resolution so it wouldn't be as crystal clear. Maybe that's why it looks like a filter. I don't know.
That's why. I do not. The red is coming from her phone. Yeah. I do not want to cook in an abaya and hijab. Like, I just won't do that. I won't do it. I was so crabby trying to make the lentil soup. I'm like, I want to do a TikTok video. I'm gonna make a cute Ramadan recipe. No, I'm not, okay? I was dying, dripping sweat. I'm freaking out. Like, I look like a tomato. I'm not doing it until I'm healthier. No. whenever that will be. The central air is not broken, but it's probably on 23, which I can't stand. We're always battling.
Okay, so I made a spreadsheet. Hey, whenever I decide I'm going to do something, I really go all in. So, I'm tired of looking up all the conversions and everything. So I made a spreadsheet. So 23 degrees Celsius is 73.4 Fahrenheit. Okay. So what's the thermostat in her flat at the moment.
We're always battling because Salah's always cold and I'm always hot. So
it's usually the other way around. The guy's always hot and the woman's always cold.
I'll be like, baby, I'm going to get you a sweater, okay? So I go in the wardrobe, get him a sweater. I'll go put the AC on 19. Do you think that'll break something? It's almost 3 a.m. I know, but, no.
19 degrees Celsius would be 66.2 Fahrenheit. Salah's going to be frozen out completely.
So Ramadan is not. It's the next day, apparently, because the crescent moon was not sighted, so everybody cooks fish here, Flop. It's Kuwait. They have fresh fish.
So, listen, enough. I really, it's Kuwait. Everybody cooks fish. Listen, I think it's safe to assume that nobody in your chat, none of the Beezers have ever been to Kuwait. I think that's pretty safe to assume. So we don't know what the custom dish is other than these restaurants that you're showing us, like flashes of what you're eating. And I haven't seen any fish. I haven't seen you eat fish. So, okay. I mean, how would anyone know that?
Fish. They have fresh fish. People, like, when you walk, like, you smell fish, really delicious cooked fish everywhere, like good food. Hi, Breezeth. Hi.
A land where you smell fish everywhere. Imagine.
It's Thursday, inshallah, yes. Are you going to be doing Ramadan? Oh, yeah, you already told me. Aisha. We still have the heat on in Michigan. I wish it was summer. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Like, it's like pretty much summer, like, all year here to me. Like, even in the winter here, it's like 25. That's summer to me.
Okay, so 25, let me pull up my spreadsheet here. 25 is 77 degrees. So she's saying in the winter, Kuwait is 77 degrees. Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I have to take off makeup before wudu or during wudu. No, before wudu.
So wudu is just before you pray, you have to do a certain you have to clean yourself. You have to make sure that you're very clean. And basically, there's a method to do it. You wash your face, behind your ears, obviously your hands, your arms up to your elbows, and then your feet. So those things have to be clean before you pray on a clean surface. So she's talking about her makeup. Wudu is the cleaning. That's the whole cleaning process. So she's saying before, during it. I'm wondering if she's very, very new. So it would be part of it. She would just be cleaning herself. Like, would you take your makeup off before you get in the shower or during? Like, it's the same thing. It's like either one's fine.
Iowa still sucks. Yeah, I don't miss it. Honestly. Especially, like, I don't know, I was talking to my mom and, like, I feel kind of sad that, I probably won't be going home for, like, at least maybe 3 to 4 years.
So you're going to Thailand? Because you can only stay there for 3 months, I thought. Oh my God, her hair is showing. Haram.
Oh my God, is that my hair? It's like getting out of hand. I can't even contain it in my hijab anymore.
Haram.
You're not blocked.
Oh, that's a joke.
So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there are people who go a long, long time without seeing their family, and we do talk on video and everything. So, but I just can't do the trip. It's so traumatic for me to try. Like, I can't do it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Maybe once a year. I don't know. I don't want to do it without Salah and, you know. So we're planning on like just traveling and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. And then after a little while, maybe I'll go home. But honestly, like with the financial mess I was in, it's just like makes so much sense for me to live like in a country where it's like just everything is like, you know, I have somebody who pays most of the bills. I don't really have to worry about money as much. I also, the money, I'm not making like nearly, I'm making like a fraction of the money I made like at one time on YouTube. So I know it's a long time to be away, but it's such a long journey. I don't know. I say that, but like I plan on being like a resident for at least a few years, if not maybe indefinitely. Honestly.
So she's still very new to being there. I want to show you a chart. Okay, so this is a chart I found. It's been several years. So this is a chart showing the settling in process, the U curve of cross-cultural adjustment. This is everything because it's so, for me, it was very accurate. So on the left side, we have absence of stress, well-being of an expat. An expat, an expatriate is someone who's in a country who isn't a citizen of that country. So Chantal is a Canadian. She's in Kuwait. She's an expat. I'm an American. I lived in Egypt. I was an expat. I'm back in America. Now I'm just, you know, like everybody else. Always have been, but you know, like as far as location. So absence of stress, well-being of an expat. So 7 would be the least amount of stress, the most amount of well-being. And of course, 1, you're like, get me out of here. And how long it takes, like the length of time that you're in that other culture, time in months. So we start off the 0 to 2 month. And this, I would say, this isn't like a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there. If you're having long breaks to go back to your home culture, to me, it doesn't count because you do get like it's almost like hitting a reset button on your stress level when you return back to your own culture. So the first 2 months, they call it the honeymoon stage. Like, oh my gosh. And you hear it in her voice. Everything's perfect. Everything. I mean, the people are so nice. People just knock on my door and give me chocolate. You know, no one's like a bad person here. It's just everything is wonderful. She's in that stage right now. But you'll see how sharp the dip is. And it hits. It hits. Month 3 to 4. She would have to be there for 3 to 4 consecutive months for her to start to feel this, and she hasn't been. Culture shock. And this is when it hits you. You're not on vacation. This is your life now. You don't understand everything that's going on around you. If you're lucky, you have someone to explain it to you, but you might not. Or that person may not be telling you the truth because they have an ulterior motive. And everyday life feels very stressful. You don't have a routine. Even if you have a routine there, it's not your home routine. Even like you wouldn't be, even if you can't, like for me, I was a big coffee drinker. And when I moved there, like the coffee is very different. And when I found Folgers, and I'm not like a big Folgers fan, but I found Folgers in an international supermarket, I bought every single one off the shelf. Oh, now, did I need that much coffee? Of course not. Oh, I gotta tell you, I always leave one on the shelf because I figure another expat is gonna like need this. So I always leave one. I used to do that with everything. So and I just did that because it was a sense of familiarity. I knew I bought a coffee maker while I was there. It was a regular one like you would have here. I didn't have to put it on the stove. It was just a drip coffee maker, Mr. Coffee type of thing. And just having that familiarity in my life every day helped me immensely. Those are the little things that you need to help keep your sanity. And when I went, I also brought like at least 10 sticks of my deodorant, because I'm like, okay, it's going to be a hot country. What if the deodorant there isn't going to work for my body chemistry? And what if it's very cheaply made? And what if it only lasts a few hours, right? Like, I didn't want to have to worry about that. So I just brought like 10 sticks of my regular deodorant with me. So I didn't have to worry about it. And then eventually I started to switch over to the local brands there once I began to, I could experiment without that stress of like being at work and like, oh my God, my deodorant just stopped working. I knew it was going to work because it always has. Okay, so we start to come out of culture shock in like month 6 to 9. And that's when you start finding the local brand deodorant. Like, oh, this works just as well, or I like it even more than my usual one. Or my deodorant is made here. It's just under a different name. Then when you get to like your second year, that's when you start to mastery level, where you've adjusted, you're good, you're even higher than the honeymoon level. Absence of stress, well-being is like at top level in about like the second year. So she's still honeymooning it. It's about to take a deep, and this does happen. I mean, this happens. All right, let me show you my coffee pyramid. Okay, here's my Folgers coffee pyramid. French roast. And this white label is because it was imported. And at least in Egypt, when something is imported internationally, it all comes in at once. And so you might see like all this Folgers on the shelf, and then like after that, you won't see it for several months. So you do have to like buy it up when you get it. All right, Chantal, let's continue.
Like, I'm going to do a video about it, but like the differences between Canada and the Middle East, like in Kuwait, for me, living here is so much better. Toriana, welcome to Very Important Pieces, Ready, Set, Peace. When it's 50 degrees. Well, Flopera, I have AC, so you're back. Welcome back.
So consult the spreadsheet. 50 degrees centigrade is 122 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will get that hot for sure. And she's like, well, I have air conditioning. Okay. Hey, I mean, you're relying on a lot of things being kind of hobbled together, like MacGyvered, like the electrical outlets being MacGyvered. And that's a thing. That is a thing sometimes. So I wouldn't be so confident that your air conditioner won't fail at least once this summer.
So yeah, anything I need to take care of Canada-wise, finances, I can do from here. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Electric cuts? There's no electric cuts. Like AC, you have to have a...
How does she know that? There might be. How does she know that? How can she say these things so confidently after being there just like a couple of months? All right, so this is from the Times Kuwait. This is dated March 21st, which is yesterday, from the day I'm recording on the 22nd. All right, so we have a Ramadan Kareem, which is this happy Ramadan. I will probably do a video specifically about Ramadan at another time. And this article is dated January 15th, so 2 months ago. Expected shortage of power generation may lead to programmed power cuts until 2027. So yeah, that looks legit. Kuwait may once again face similar situation when the country in 2006 faced power crises. Okay. According to statistics issued by the experts. Well, who are the experts? The country is expected to face a shortage of electrical power supplies in the summer of 2024 and 2025, and it may extend to 2027. So if she's lucky, she might be able to get to 2023. Let's take a break from Chantal and her monologue, and let's take a look to see what is on sale at the grocery store for Ramadan. So this flyer was effective 2 days ago. It goes through the 28th, so these prices are in effect now. So we have Ramadan Kareem. Okay, so we have milk for 1 KD. Now, if you watched my video on the trip to the luxury restaurant, you may remember what the exchange rate was for 1 KD, and I would not expect you to. So here's my little spreadsheet I made. Okay, it's just going to be an easy conversion, all right? All right, so 1 KD, move this over a little bit. There, perfect. Okay, so full cream milk, 4 liters of full fat milk is 1 KD. So her cost is going to be $4.50 Canadian. In the US, this would be $3.26. All right. If she wants to make creme caramel, looks like flan to me, you would buy 12 of these. Okay. 12 of these for $2.25 KD. And I just have it for two dinar. So that's $8.95 Canadian or $6.52 US for 2 KD. We're just going to do approximate, unless like she starts buying this stuff, then we can do like item by item for sure. Okay, so we've got Nutella, 1.5 KD. So it's maybe about $5 Canadian. She does buy a lot of French fries. So not even quite 1 KD. These are all on sale, Chantal. You may want to take advantage of these prices for Ramadan. Everything does go on sale. Going to be about $4.50 Canadian and $3.26 US. Probably a little bit less than that. Frozen chicken. So a whole frozen chicken, 1,000 grams. So that's a kilogram. 0.49. So if this is the true price, because half of a dinar, so that would be half of this Canadian, so that would be about $2.25 Canadian.
It's not on properly, but whatever. I'm supposed to cover my ginormous, I love using driving videos to fall asleep too. And you guys should see, like, Kuwait City is really pretty. Like, there's different areas of Kuwait. Even a lot I haven't been to, so. I can just hear people now, she shouldn't be eating chocolate. She's fat. Coming from other fat people, okay. So, whatever. So, you got any gossip? They're on a campaign to cancel me. Good luck with that. I don't know why, but who cares?
You don't know why? 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 Are you saying that for the benefit of your new viewers who just started watching you? Like, yeah, I don't know. They just don't like me. They're haters. They're fat phobic and Islamophobic, and they're trying to cancel me. And you'll probably get some sympathy votes for that from very new people who know nothing about you, but you really don't know why? Come on. This is why people review your channel, by the way. Statements like that.
Honestly, like, with the financial mess I was in, it's just like makes so much sense for me to live like in a country where it's like just everything is like, I have somebody who pays most of the bills. I don't really have to worry about money as much. I also, the money, I'm not making like nearly, I'm making like a fraction of the money I made like at one time on YouTube. So I know it's a long time to be away, but it's such a long journey. I don't know. I say that, but like I plan on being like a resident for at least a few years. If
How do you plan on becoming a resident? I'm very interested in how you plan to do that. So this is the Kuwait government online, State of Kuwait. This is all in English, and you can verify that this is a legitimate website because it's e.gov.kw. So, first time residence permit for employees in the civil sector. You do have to have a job. You have to have it. You can't just move in and be like, all right, I'm here. You can't. You have to have a legitimate reason for being there. And Salah is not Kuwaiti, so I don't know how you plan to accomplish this. This service allows employees in the civil sector to issue their residence permits for the first time. This would be for you, pursuant to Article 18 from the Executive Regulations of the Foreigners' Residence Law. Residence application must be signed by the sponsor. Can Salah sponsor you if he's not Kuwaiti? Here's what's required of you: a work permit issued from the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor. Health insurance certificate. Do you have health insurance? You're not going to just get health insurance. You're not just going to walk in and get your free health care. You need health insurance. Disease-free certificate. You need to go have a medical exam and be declared disease-free. They're going to do all kinds of tests on you. You're going to have an HIV test. You're going to have a tuberculosis test, which is not like the exposure test that you would have done on your arm. You're going to go in and hug an x-ray, most likely. And they're going to x-ray your lungs. Okay? A copy of the sponsor's signature authorization. Who's your sponsor, Chantal? 2 personal photos. You can get those done anywhere. It's like a passport photo. Entrance visas used by employees in the civil sector to enter the country. So however you came in, you need that entrance visa, and you came in as a tourist, not on a work permit work visa. A certificate of your police record from Canada. So you want to have the government of wherever you live in Canada, have them say, yep, she's clean and clear. She's not a criminal. She's not a convict. If, as long as you're not. Original passport of the sponsored and a copy. So your passport, the original passport, and a copy of that. You need all this. And then they give you like step by step. Visit the General Department of Immigration in the governorate you refer to and submit the required documents. So wherever it is you're living, fill the service application form and pay the fees due. So fixed fees, whether on granting the residence permit for the first time or in renewing it. So first time application, renewal, 10 KD. And if we look at our spreadsheet, 10 KD is going to be about $45 Canadian, $32 US. So I downloaded the form for you so we can take a look at, well, you know what? Let me just do it right here. Easier. Okay, so this is the form you got to fill out, Chantal. This is the form. That's what you need to fill out for you to apply. So I'm sure this will be no problem for you. Yeah, just gather all those documents. You don't have dependents, so this part is easy. And there you go. So you should be all set. All right, wonderful, good. So I'm sure you already know all about that. Awesome.
If not, I mean, the basic human rights are something I wouldn't like in Kuwait. I wouldn't enjoy my son being in prison and possibly killed because he's gay. It's not like you're going to be arrested just for being gay. Like, if you're like making out on the street or something like that, like, like I thought that too, Lynn, but actually Salah explained it more. Like, there are gay people here. They probably just are very private. I don't know. But I can understand that if you're gay. Yeah, I would understand not wanting to live here, sure, but I'm not gay, so for me, my situation, sorry, I can't get rid of my cough, is, ideal for me. Like, I'm as a resident, I'll have a huge break on a lot of things that I can catch up on my stuff in Canada. And then, you know, just try to, yeah, just, you know, other things. Just, I don't know. I guess, like, if you're Muslim, it's just a really good, I just like being here more, you know. I just feel like I fit in more. I don't know how to explain it. Also, people aren't, I hate for lack of a better term, but, like, people are just not shit here. Like, like, yes, I've noticed people completely just dog crapping on everything we do, including our place. We really don't care anymore. Like, we're really just focusing on, like I said, positive. And if people just want to nitpick, like, cracks on the wall and stuff like that in a place where they're really just culturally ignorant, that says more about them than us. And we're just finished even acknowledging it. Like I said in my comments, from now on, you're going to have, even if you cut off my arm, I'm just going to do it. You're just going to sit there and smile as you do it. So, but yeah, it's just that, like, we just have a lot of other more important things to focus on. And that's just what we're going to do, I guess, you know.
So not only are you never going to have any power cuts in 120 degree Fahrenheit weather, you know, your blue window seems to be working out great for you, and everyone is nice and brings chocolate to your door. And you're only going to get arrested if you make out on the street. Okay. And yeah, people aren't just crappy in Kuwait. This tells me that you never leave that apartment, ever. Ever. Okay, Chantal, this is a website called Equaldex, and you can compare LGBT rights around the world, all different countries, and they have an equality index. So I've taken your new home country of Kuwait, and I have it compared to Canada, of course. I added the US just because I'm interested. I'm from the US, and I think a lot of your viewers and probably a lot of my viewers are from the US also. So let's see. So this is just about basically anyone that's not completely heterosexual. Okay. So equality index, let's see what that actually means. It's a rating from 0 to 100, with 100 being most equal, to help visualize the legal rights and public attitudes towards LGBTQ plus people in a given region. It's the average of the legal index and the public opinion index. Okay. Kuwait, out of 100, 100 being the highest of equality, Kuwait is at 19. That's 19. Canada is at 90. United States is at 82. Legal index. This measures the current legal status of over a dozen LGBTQ plus issues, including the legal status of homosexuality, same-sex marriage, the right to change legal gender, etc. Out of 100, Kuwait is at 19. Canada, 100. US, 97. Public opinion index measures public attitudes towards LGBTQ plus people using surveys and polls from reputable organizations. Kuwait, not enough data. The government of Kuwait probably would not allow those surveys and polls to be conducted in that country. Canada, 79, US, 67. Canada is far more accepting so far than the United States, which surprises me a little bit. I thought they'd be more equal. Views. So look at all this. These are on specific issues. Region not surveyed. Kuwait won't even allow these questions to be asked. So some of the questions that were asked were views on same-sex marriage or other legal recognition, acceptance of homosexuals as neighbors, opinion on same-sex couples as parents. This is from the World Values Survey, 2017 to 2020. There are some questions from Ipsos, April through May 2021, America's Barometer, 2016 to 2017, the Pew Research Center, May through October 2019, I would check this out. I'll put a link to this in the description. This is worth looking at. You can compare any country. Okay, as far as law. Okay, so is it legal, essentially? Okay, so this isn't about public opinion anymore. This is actual law. Homosexual activity in Kuwait. Male homosexual activity is illegal since 1960. For females, it's legal. Oh my God, really? Yes, we like the lesbian porn, but the gay stuff, not so much. Okay. It's legal in Canada since 1969, legal in the US since 2003. Because you remember that a lot of states had sodomy as illegal. I think some still do. Same-sex marriage, Kuwait, not legal. Canada, legal since 2005. US, legal since 2015. I'm assuming that this is like when all states it became legal. Okay, censorship of LGBT issues. So issues that arise in the community, like can it be discussed? Okay. In Kuwait, imprisonment. That's pretty heavy-handed censorship, don't you think, Chantal? In Canada, there's no censorship. In the US, it varies by region since 2021. Right to change legal gender, not applicable in Kuwait. Oh yeah, we can't even entertain the topic in Kuwait. Canada, legal surgery not required since 2017. US varies by region. Legal recognition of non-binary gender, not legally recognized in Kuwait, recognized in Canada since 2017. US varies by region. LGBT discrimination. Just discrimination. Like you can't have a job because you're gay. In Kuwait, there are no protections against that since 1960. In Canada, that has been illegal since 2017. US varies by region. Really tells you a lot about the US, how many cultures are within the US, you know? Or employment discrimination. No protections in Kuwait. Canada, sexual orientation and gender identity since 2017. And same in the US since 2020. Housing discriminations, no protections in Kuwait. Same-sex adoption, only if you are a single gay man or a single lesbian woman or a single bisexual woman, single bisexual, you get it, right? All right. Can't have a partner if you want to adopt. Serving openly in the military, Kuwait, illegal. Blood donations by MSMs. I feel like I'm being very thick-headed right now that I can't think of what this stands for, like at all. I'm thinking mainstream media. Let's see, blood. And sometimes when I end a recording or a live stream, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. Why didn't I think of that at the time? It's so obvious. MSM. Oh, men who have sex with men. Okay. Blood donations by men who have sex with men. In Kuwait, it's legal? What? Okay. They're like, don't tell us about it, but we'll take your blood, no problem. Legal in Canada since 2022. Since 2020, banned. There's a 3-month deferral on that. Yeah. Okay, conversion therapy. Not banned. So, when my son's not gay, send him to this torture camp and they'll beat it into him that he's not gay, that kind of thing. That's not banned in Kuwait. They can do that if you want. You can set one of those up if you want. Banned in Canada, varies by region in the US. Equal age of consent, not applicable because there is no sex in Kuwait that's legal between anyone LGBTQ plus. Okay. They have other Middle Eastern countries down here. if you ever wanted to compare. Let's see. Homosexuality is illegal in 63 countries and punishable by death in 7. What's this? Guyana? Yeah, we're okay with women getting it on, but not men. Okay. Little insecure. I mean, what kind of homophobia? Like, it seems more like insecurity to me, you know? Know what I'm saying? Why is this white? Unknown? Anything in white, unknown or ambiguous. Egypt is unknown. Interesting. That sounds about right. This is Saudi Arabia. This is Kuwait. See what a little country it is? So, Chantal, your new home country is in company with these other countries. So male illegal, female legal. So if you find a friend there, you're all set. If Salah does, he's going to jail. So Kuwait is in good company with Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Grenada, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Eswatini, Ghana, Mauritius, Namibia, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, Cook Islands, Kiribati. I've never heard of this. Papua New Guinea. They do other things there. Samoa, Tonga, Tuvalu. So yeah, that's this is the category you're in now, that you're living in. All right, good stuff. So please tell us some more. Tell us some more, please. We would love to hear more.
Yeah, Aisha, exactly. Yeah, even like straight people here are not it's not making out in public. It's not a thing. Like, you have to understand that this is not Canada. This is not the US. It's a completely different culture, completely different way of life. It's an Islamic state, Islamic country. So, you know, does the filming situation bother you? What do you mean? No, I can film. The only thing we don't film is like oil fields and stuff like that.
Oh, just oil fields and stuff like that? You better get yourself educated. Fast. Are you literate? Do you know how to read? Just open a couple websites. It's not hard. You need to educate yourself. Stop listening to your whatever he is, and open up the internet, because when it comes to the police, and you have zero rights, like whatsoever, none. You're on a tourist visa. You'd be lucky if they put you back on a plane and deport you. So, and don't think that Salah is going to be standing up for you and trying to do something. He is on very shaky ground himself as a Syrian there. So you got to be smarter than this if you're going to travel like this.
You know, arm cutting off bees. Do you miss being able to look out a window? No, I hated windows.
I hated windows, like fresh air and sunlight. I just can't. No, I like the darkness. I like stale, non-moving air, and I don't want to know if it's daytime or nighttime. I hate windows. Don't you hate windows? I kind of hate doors too, but windows really get on my nerves.
Never. I always have my windows like covered a lot of the time. I don't miss it. I have a window in the bedroom. I can literally just pull up the shades and open the window, and I have a window. But no, we spent a lot of time outside anyway, you know, so at the beach and stuff like that, as you've seen in our vlogs. Again, I didn't swim because it's just not, there's just not something you do here, like Muslim women. And I don't even see non-Muslim women swimming. Like, I saw a couple of Indian women. They didn't have hijab, so they weren't Muslim, I'm assuming.
You're trying to sound as if you've been in that country for about 20 years. You don't know. It's March. You first got there in like September or October. You've never been there in hot weather. You think you have because you're feeling hot. And it really hasn't been like over 75 degrees since you've been there. It's winter. No one's swimming at the beach in winter anywhere. Okay? Come on. If you don't want to go in the water, if you don't want to get on a burkini, maybe they don't make burkinis in your size. Maybe that's the issue. You can go to a tailor in Kuwait and have them make one for you. You can. If that's something that you really wanted to do, you could make it happen. But don't try to twist a whole country and culture and religion to conform to your own insecurities and use it as an excuse. Just own up to it. I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to get in the water here. I don't want to swim. I feel I have gained a lot of weight and I don't feel like I want to be on the beach. Do you know how many women could relate to that? But trying to say, oh no, here in this perfect country, women don't get in the water. No, we can dip our toes in. And that's very fulfilling for us. You really just, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.